Oops, wrong music cue. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to my updated 26th birthday extravaganza, in which we're going to be playing Jeopardy for the Xbox 360. Let's see how it goes, shall we?
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Pets. On Broadway. Literature à la Seuss. Birds. Lenin. And Utopia. Player 1, perhaps this thrush, a type of babbler, hangs out at comedy clubs with the same named hyena. Player 1?
What is laughing?
Correct. Listen, you white-bellied bustard. I know where you live. This continent's Savannah. Player 1?
What is Africa?
You got it. Player this 1. Common long-legged wading bird gets its name from a prop used by circus performers. Okay, player 1.
What is stilts?
Correct. Musical name of Cygnus buccinator. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is trumpeter swan?
This bird of the family Gruidae can be distinguished from the heron by the bustle of feathers over its rump. It's player 1.
What is the ibis?
No. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. The crane. Player 1. Pick again. For his subversive activities, Lenin was banished to this region in 1897. Okay, player 1.
What is Siberia?
Yes. Player 1. Pick. Lenin returned to Russia from Europe following the overthrow of the Tsar in this year. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is 1917?
Correct. Player 1. Lenin led this majority revolutionary faction to power in the October Revolution. Okay, player 1.
What is the Bolsheviks?
Correct. Player 1. Following the establishment of a dictatorship, Lenin changed his political party's name to this. Yes, player 1?
What is the Communist Party?
Yes. After Lenin's death in 1924, this man began purging rivals and eventually took over the top spot.
Who's Joseph Stalin?
Let's hear it, player 1. That's right. Way to go. Player 1. Hester looked at the frock. She looked in dismay. Do you have it in something other than A?
What is the scarlet letter?
It's Player 1. That's correct. George said, "No, Lenny, no. I won't get you a guppy. You think I've forgotten what you did to that puppy?" Okay, Player 1.
What is Of Mice and Men?
Right. Player Many of this Jonathan Larson musical's famous fans have gone backstage to add their names to a long graffiti wall.
What is Rent?
Player 1. Right you are. You get to no Brontes, just Dantes. Got sent off to Deef. But with Danglers, he had a big beef. Okay, Player 1.
What is, The Three Musketeers?
No, that's not right. Any other takers? The correct response is The Count of Monte Cristo. Selected. I sat there with Winston. We sat there, we two. But when busted for thought crime, I knew I was through.
What is 1984?
Yes, Player 1. That's correct. Please. So on again, from Laputa to Glubdub Grib. I'm giving up something a flub-dub grib. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is Gulliver's Travels?
Right you are. Select two snugly cute characters in Avenue Q aren't called the bad news these, but the bad idea these.
What are bears?
Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. Player 1. Fantasia of American Idol played the role of Celie in The Color This.
What is purple?
Okay, Player 1. That is correct. Spring Awakening is an alt-rock musical based on an 1891 play that Frank Wiedekind originally wrote in this language.
What is German?
Yes, Player 1. Right. Huey Lewis, Harry Hamlin, and George Hamilton have all been tapped to play tap-dancing lawyer Billy Flynn in this musical.
What is Chicago?
It's Player 1. Good. Player 1. With more than 70 million living with American households, this is the most common house pet in the United States. It's Player 1.
What is a cat?
Good. This type of parrot that bears the name of a South American river can get used to cooler temperatures.
What is an Amazon parrot?
Okay, Player 1. Right. So often advertised in comic books, see these are actually brine shrimp in suspended animation.
What are, sea monkeys?
Yes, Player 1.
Sea monkeys, yeah.
Yes. William Howard Taft was the last pres to have one of these grazing at the White House. Her name was Pauline Wayne.
What is a cow?
Player 1. You are correct. Player 1. One of the oldest domesticated dog breeds is the Saluki, the royal dog of this ancient people. Yes, Player 1.
Who are the Greeks?
Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, Player 2. That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... Olympic competition in 1900 included this type of swimming, judged on distance and time submerged. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is underwater?
Good. Okay, the Salgir, the Chernaya, the Alma, and the Dnieper are all rivers that flow through this country.
What is Ukraine?
Player one? That's correct. It's the quality of being useful, or the useful knife used to cut drywall. Let's hear it, player one.
What is utilitarian?
Nope. Anyone else? Okay, player three? No. Anyone else? Yes, player two. That's correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player two, you make the next selection as we... It's the Daily Double. You're in second right now. What are you going to wager? Here is your Daily Double clue. An adjective meaning of an elevated region, or the main type of cotton grown in the American South. Right you are. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. The match is coming before the main boxing match. Yes, player one?
What is undermatch?
No, sorry. Any other takers? The correct response is undercard. Player three is going first in Double Jeopardy when we come back following this. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. The essence of things. Philosophy. Geometry. Oscars Wilde. Mythology and art. And women of achievement. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player three. Make us Cartesian refers to the ideas of this man, the father of modern philosophy. It's player one.
Who is Rene Descartes?
Good for you. Okay, the first Greek philosophers tried to understand the universe, practicing this ology, from the Greek for order.
What is chronology?
Yes, player one?
Or what is cosmology?
That's right, way to go. Fideists say that the source of religious belief is not reason, but this. Let's hear it, player one.
What is faith?
Correct. This German philosopher's idea of the Übermensch included people like Frederick the Great. Yes, player one?
Who's Friedrich Nietzsche?
Yes. We answer one of the Daily Doubles, and you have the lead. So what's your wager? Here is your Daily Double clue. The opposite of determinism is this two-word phrase used in an 1889 Henri Bergson book title.
What is what is free will?
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Player one, choose again. The Pythagorean theorem. The square of this of a right triangle equals the sum of the squares of the two other sides. Yes, player one?
What is hypotenuse?
You got it. Player formula for this measure of a pyramid is 1/3 of base times height. Player one?
What is the area?
No. sorry. Anyone else? Okay, player 3. Correct. Hey, you're on the plus side. Player 3, start us. Answer. The second daily double. Player 3, you're in last place, but here's an opportunity to... So, what's your... Okay, here is the clue. The term for this type of triangle comes from the Greek for with equal legs. Oh, sorry. Here's the correct response. Isosceles. You again, player 3. A statue of this Roman sea god is a perfect choice for a fountain. There's one at Peterhof in Russia. Yes, player 1?
Who's Neptune?
Good for you! Where a sarcophagus at Hearst Castle depicts this group of 9, including Erato, who inspires love poems.
Who are the muses?
Player 1? You got it. Player 1. Let's get Sarah's assistance on this clue.
This city's statue of Geffen and her oxen is a bit less famous than the Little Mermaid.
What is Copenhagen?
Okay, player 1. Good. Player 1. Praxiteles sculpted this Greek equivalent of Mercury carrying the infant Dionysus. Player 1.
Who is Hermes?
Good for you.
Yeah! Woo!
So get psyched at the Louvre by looking at Antonio Canova's sculpture of this Roman god and Psyche. Yes, player 1?
Who is Apollo?
Nope. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. Cupid.
Okay.
Select again. It's a line or segment that touches a circle at exactly 1 point. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is a tangent?
Yep. Please. All right, here with the clue is Sarah.
A pair of angles that add together to make a right angle are known as this type of angle.
Let's hear it, player 1.
What is, supplementary?
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. Complementary. Player 1. Pick again. We liked her. We really liked her when this actress won for Places in the Heart in 1985.
Who is Sally Field?
Okay, player 1. That's right. Way to go. In 1992, proving he could keep up with the younger crowd, he did one-armed push-ups, accepting his City Slickers Oscar.
Who is,
Yes, player 1. That's correct. He's the SNL guy, and you're not, who opened the 1988 show with, "Good evening, Hollywood phonies." He never hosted again.
Who is Chevy Chase?
It's player 1. Correct. Player this 1. American Beauty nominee nearly had a pregnant pause at the 2000 show. She was due with her 4th at any moment.
Who is Annette Bening?
Yes, player 1. Correct. Player Disney 1 sued the Academy for unflattering use of this character after a 1989 duet with her and Rob Lowe.
Who is Snow White?
Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Player 1. A covering for the blade of a knife.
What's a sheath?
Let's hear it, player 1. Right. You'll be a contender if you know this term for a boxer who jabs with his right.
What's a southpaw?
Yes, player 1. That's it. If the deliberate destruction of property or equipment by resistance fighters or enemy agents.
What is sabotage?
Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. Player one. Old school inhalant to give you a nicotine rush. Let's hear it, player one.
What is snuff?
That's correct. From the Urdu for soldier, it was an Indian native who served in the British Army in the 1800s. Player one?
What is a sepoy?
Good for you. Player one. Around 46 BC, Julius Caesar offended his countrymen by dedicating a statue to her.
Who is Cleopatra?
It's player one. That is correct. In November 1988, she was elected Prime Minister of Pakistan, becoming the first woman to head a modern Islamic nation.
Who is Benazir Bhutto?
It's player one. That's it. In 1616, she and her husband John Rolfe traveled to England to help raise funds for the Virginia colonists.
Who is Pocahontas?
It's player one. Right you are. As an example to her Russian subjects, she and her son Paul had themselves inoculated against smallpox in 1768.
Who is Catherine the Great?
Okay, player one. That is correct. And the last clue for $2,000. To further the ambitions of her brother, her father, Pope Alexander VI, arranged several marriages for her. It's player one.
Who is Catherine of Aragon?
No, that's not right. Any other takers? It's player two. That's right, way to go. Only two of you will be going on to Final Jeopardy. Sorry, player three. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this. U.S. politics.
Oh, yeah.
You need to select your wager. The Final Jeopardy clue is as follows. Since 1960, only Massachusetts and this state have produced more than one of the 10 Democratic presidential nominees. Let's see your response.
You picked Minnesota.
With that correct response,
and I picked
you
that too,
will
so I ended
gain.
up with $33,333. See how
Did you come up with the correct response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Player one, congratulations to you. Good game, everyone, and thank you so much for playing.